Hello students of class 7. Today we are going to do the poem Nicholas Nye by Walter de la Mare. This is included in your first unit syllabus. And Walter de la Mare, he was an English poet. He was not only a poet but also a novelist. And one of his famous poem is The Listeners. Okay, if you can read the poem, please read it because it's a very widely read poem. Now coming to this poem Nicholas Nye, it is about a donkey who is very old and who's all alone, and we get his physical description. It is very old. Not only it's old, it's very thin and bony, and it has a defect in its leg, all these details. And we find that the poet has very closely observed the donkey and given the description in very minute details. And not only that, the poet has not only given the physical description of the donkey, but poet has also pointed out of a special quality that he saw in the donkey. And we also find that since both the poet and the donkey were lonely, they sort of shared an emotional bond with each other. Now let us read the poem once and then I'll explain each stanza. Nicholas Nye by Walter de la Mare. Thistle and darnel and dock grew there, and a bush in a corner of May. On the orchard wall I used to sprawl in the blazing heat of the day, half asleep and half awake, while the birds went twittering by, and nobody there my load to share but Nicholas Nye. Nicholas Nye was lean and grey, lame of leg and old. More than a score of donkey's years he had been since he was foaled. He chewed the thistle, purple and spiked, would sometimes stoop and sigh, and turn his head as if he said, "Poor Nicholas Nye." Alone with his shadow, he would browse in the meadow, lazily swinging his tail. At the break of day, he used to pray, not much too hearty and hale. But a wonderful gumption was under his skin, and a clear calm light in his eye. And once in a while he would smile, would Nicholas Nye. Seemed to be smiling at me he would, from the bush in the corner of May. Bony and odorless, widowed and worn, noble-kneed, lonely and grey. And over the grass would seem to pass, neath the deep dark blue of the sky, something much better than words between me and Nicholas Nye. But dusk would come in the apple boughs, the green of the glowworms shine, the birds in nest would crouch to rest, and home I would trudge to mine. And there, in the moonlight, dark with dew, asking not wherefore nor why, would brood like a ghost and still as a post old Nicholas Nye. Okay. So as I have already said, Nicholas Nye is the name of the donkey. Now in the first stanza he gives the description of the place where the donkey lives. What does he say? Thistle and darnel and dock. Thistle, darnel, dock are all names of the flowers. So these flowering plants grew over there. And a bush. Bush is a thick growth of plants. Okay. So there was a bush and there were these flowering plants in a corner. All these things grew in a corner of May. May here refers to the month of May. On the orchard wall. So the donkey is, as we have already, while reading it, we have seen the meadow. He's talking of the meadow. Meadow means is the grazing land. So definitely, the donkey grazed in that meadow, and close to that there was an orchard. Okay, so there was a wall in the orchard where and on the orchard wall, orchard, where you find fruit trees in large groups. Okay, it can be a single. You can find an orchard where, say, apple orchard or mango orchard, in that way, where you find just one kind of tree, one kind of fruit tree, or it can be a mix of other trees also. So on the orchard wall, I used to sprawl. Sprawl means lie in a very relaxed manner. So the poet used to spend his day in lying on the orchard wall in the blazing heat of the day. Blazing in the sense that the sun is hot, and or rather, if you would say, the sun is shining very brightly. So that's why it says the blazing heat. Okay, that is referring to the sun. Okay, the hot sun. So in the blazing heat of the day, the poet would lie on the orchard wall in a relaxed manner, and he would very lazily spend his time in that way. And it is from that orchard wall he used to observe this donkey, whose name is Nicholas Nye. Half asleep and half awake. That is, the poet half asleep and half awake while the birds went twittering by. So again, he is referring to himself. So he is saying that while lying on that orchard wall, I didn't fall fully asleep, but I would be in a kind of half sleepy state. That's why he says half asleep and half awake, while the birds went twittering by. Twittering is the sound of the birds that is made, as means kind of when they communicate with each other. So that is the chirping sound of the birds. So as the birds flew past, they keep on twittering. Okay, that is, they keep on chirping. So twittering by, and nobody there my loan to share. Loan here means loneliness. So loan to share, but Nicholas Nye. So what the poet means to say over here is that I used to lie there in a relaxed manner, in a half sleepy state, and I used to see that the birds would fly past me above, twittering by, and there was nobody else. Okay, I had nobody else with me, no companion with me except the donkey. So the donkey was my only companion. Okay, so we see that he is alone, but he has somebody, and that somebody is the donkey. Nicholas Nye. Now, in this stanza, we will find that the poet gives the physical description of the donkey. Nicholas Nye was lean. Lean means very thin, okay, and grey. Grey is the color of the donkey. Generally, you find that color itself. Lame of leg. I have already mentioned it before I started this poem, that lame means he had a sort of defect in his leg. Lame of leg, and old. Old, And how old? More than a score of donkeys years. Score is 20. Okay. That is, he was more than 20 years old. So, for a donkey, 20 years is a very old donkey. Okay. So, he's saying that this donkey is very old. So, we can also understand that since the donkey is old, that is why it is due to age, it has become thin and bony. more than a score of donkey's years he had been since he was foaled. Foaled means birth. Okay, so right from his birth means, that's in very simple words, that the donkey was more than 20 years old. That is, he has spent 20 years after his birth. He munched the thistle. Munched means chewing. Okay, so he chewed the thistles. Thistles is those flowering plants. And how were those thistles? Purple and spiked. They were purple in color and spiked. Spiked means they were thorny. Okay, so this donkey munched those thorny thistles, and that is the way he would spend his day. Would sometimes stoop and sigh. Stoop means bend low. Okay, stooping means bend low. So would sometimes stoop and sigh. Sigh means when you take a deep breath and release it. That way, that is sigh. And turn his head. Okay, so maybe while munching it, he would after munching the thistles, he would take a sigh, and then he would turn his head. And the way he would turn his head, it appeared to the poet as though he is saying, and turn his head as if he said, poor Nicholas Nye. That is, he is old and he's all alone, and he doesn't feel good about himself. He's this poor, as if he said poor Nicholas Nye. It shows that the donkey is taking pity. It feels sorry for himself, that I'm so old and I'm standing here in that way. It is something, whether the donkey thinks or not, that we don't know, but it is what the poet feels, that the donkey thinks it this way. So in this stanza, in these three stanzas, what we find is, first we find the description of the place, where the donkey is there, and where the poet spends most of his day, most means the whole of the daytime. And then we find that how the poet he's in a half sleepy state, and this entire stanza he gives a very detailed description of the donkey itself. Okay, so we stop here today. We'll do the rest of the poem in the next day.